In Tampa Bay, we know that Tom Brady is the starting quarterback, but one way to keep him the starting quarterback is to keep him healthy. He has lost his starting center, Ryan Jensen. We still don't have a final diagnosis or prognosis, but he's
bad leg
injury at least until November or December with a knee problem. Here is Brady talking about the fact that he won't have the center of his offensive line.
He's worked really hard. Obviously, everyone's heartbroken with what happened to Ryan, so that'll take a little time. But Haynes got to, step into the job and do a great job. So he's worked hard last year, really gained the trust of a lot of people, and he's got to go earn it. So like all of us, it's not what you did, how hard you worked in the off season. It's how good of a football player are you. So it's to be determined for all of us.
Haynes is Robert Hainsey, who was a rookie last year.
Notre Dame.
From Notre Dame.
Right.
And look, if they we see this all the time. Starter goes down. They really love the backup. Well, you know what? If you loved him that much, you would have let Ryan Jensen go to Cincinnati on a 3-year, $39 million contract, and you wouldn't have scrambled to put together the cap dollars to keep him if you really love the other guy and you're ready to move on to him. You're only doing it out of necessity, and so there's clearly a drop-off. And Brady knows it. And Brady knows the stakes here. Heat up the middle. That's how you hurt Tom Brady. And you got left guard, right guard, and center. I don't mean hurt physically. You know what I mean? That's how you
right.
limit his game. You got left guard, right guard, and center from last year gone.
Yeah.
With Jensen injured. So it's not going to be easy for him.
No, it's not. Shaq Mason's there to take one of those spots, but he's the only proven commodity now as far as the interior protection goes. You're right. So it's an issue there. There's no doubt. And hey, Robert Hainsey, I have some experience being around him a little bit when I was, working Notre Dame games for NBC and doing that. He's smart, coming from Notre Dame. I think he's going to be able to understand and do all the things mentally that are asked of a center. There's no doubt. But, to your point, Ryan Jensen's really good. I mean, he's definitely one of the best centers in football. He's a tone setter, too, and an ass kicker. And you could see there, like, Brady was, he was hurt or uncomfortable. I think for a quarterback, other than losing your favorite receiver, the next thing that's worse for a quarterback is to lose your center, especially when he's a good one like that. Because center, this day and age, with all the different defensive tackle types, there's the Fletcher Cox of the world, and then there's Aaron Donald the next week. So the center has to be a special specimen, let alone, a guy that can almost be thinking with you at the same time, right, Mike? You see Brady doing this. Trust me, Ryan Jensen's talking too. He's talking to the line. He's even saying stuff to Brady. And then, of course, there's the comfort spot of where that hand goes and all of that. There is something to that. So Brady's going to be a little uncomfortable at first, and this is going to be a work in progress. Yep,
especially in Tampa.
The old swamp ass he's going to get the Robert Hainsey funk going on now.
And you mentioned Jensen, just the attitude.
Yeah.
It seems like he's into it with somebody
every game,
all the time.
Yeah, right.
And that's that attitude. I remember when Jim Mora, the younger, referred when he was, I think, the Seahawks coach, to the idea that you want to have dirtbags as offensive linemen, and he doesn't mean that in a pejorative way. Just guys who are rough and tumble, who will get in your face, who won't take crap, and it's a little bit of intimidation.
Yeah,
that is inherent to a sport that is premised on physical contact and consensual violence between grown men.
No question. And as we talk about all the time, defensive linemen are usually, the more aggressive, crazy guy. So when you have that from the offensive line that can match it, there is something to that. There is. I know I've made the comment to you before that defensive linemen are like bulls and offensive linemen are like kind of cows, and they kind of just want to eat the grass in the pasture, and they're going to hang there unless you put a poker, on their butt, and then all of a sudden they get going. Well, Ryan Jensen's kind of the poker, I feel like, for that offensive line, where he gives them an edge. He gets them all pissed off. He is the one that's like, Brady's getting hit too much. Let's go, guys. So there's a big loss there. There's no doubt. Not only an attitude, but the player himself is physically gifted and really damn good.
I mean, really, the biggest name so far in training camp that has been lost for the year, and I think the implications need to be fully appreciated. It is going to be difficult for the Buccaneers to do what they want to do offensively without Ryan Jensen.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.